balanced and concise and succinct so that it's useful for people. And then the topics are somewhat similar to the first edition, but it has chapters on economic aspects of sustainable tourism and also financial aspects and tools for management and so forth, and planning and design infrastructure. So, and there are also some notable omissions in that because of perhaps those may not be kind of critical issues in 2002 or in the late 90s. But now it's more critical, like the public-private partnership that James just presented. So with that, then we set out for revising this book, and was approved by WCPA last year, or last November, I believe. And then we've been working on some funding support by IUCN to make this happen. So we've got a little bit, but I guess one of the objectives of this workshop is to see whether there is any potential support for this effort. So to update the information, obviously, to reflect the current set of issues and concerns and challenges and opportunities. To engage the TAPAS member and also the larger conservation community in determining or in discussing what are the most high priority issues to be addressed and should be discussed or should be disseminated to managers. And so again, our goal is to publish this book launch the book at the World Parks Congress in 2014. Some guiding principles, and I'm not pretending that I know a lot everything about sustainable tourism, and my role is to coordinate and to work with the whole editorial team is to work together and then gather and collect the best wisdom, all the wisdoms from all of you, and also from other people that who are not in this room right now, but they have a lot to offer. So we are going to make this a more collaborative effort, and which has its own challenges. But I think that the benefits outweigh the hardware and the challenges of doing a collaborative project. And trying to be more global in terms of the coverage of examples and best practices. And I think one criticism I've got for the last edition is that the majority of examples came from the north, and so I think we have more. In the past 10 years, I think there are a lot more good examples coming out from the south or from many other countries, from different world regions. So we are trying to be inclusive in terms of the examples and best practices, as long as they that demonstrate they cover a particular topic really well. Again, the approaches, and again, because of the current the recent shift in terms of the management frameworks and management philosophy. In this book, we would try to emphasize more about the proactive and strategic approaches to management, instead of just day-to-day and passive response to changes and that managers have to deal with. So we will also have those discussions, but we want to emphasize that what managers can work with other partners to identify potential changes that may create some threats or opportunities in the area. We want to emphasize that the management should be based on evidence and documented evidence, good observations. It's not just personal opinion about what should be done. I think so. Those are important experience that we should listen, we should consider. But if there are good practices, best practices that are documented, that are evaluated with example, with monitoring information, I think those are the ones that we want to showcase and we want to include and in the manual, so that to facilitate the idea of that whatever we do or portfolio area managers do, the monitoring and evaluation is an important part of that. Okay, yeah, so hopefully the manual is a starter kind of reference for particular area managers, but they probably, if they want a particular topic like concessionaires, maybe safety management, then there are resources they can follow up with from the manual from the book so that they can get more details. So the book is not going to be like 500 pages long. So again, I mentioned about the collaborative effort of this project. So we have a team of 4 people supported by the whole Tablet group, and also we also invite other contributors. They can provide good practices from around the world to substantiate and to enrich the contents of this product. The types of contribution could be the whole chapter, half the chapter, subsections. Case studies, examples that we can put in boxes throughout the book, digital images that we would solicit and to illustrate different examples and different topics. So that was a typo in the beginning. That should be November 2011. So we've been working on the funding and proposal and so forth in the past few months. Right now we're at the point that we are identifying contributors to this project. And we expect that in about 3 months we would have the first turnaround and get some jobs from most of the contributors. Depending on how long it is, then we may need a little more time. And then we will review all the contributions and provide feedback, and hopefully we will get the revised contributions by late spring. And then the draft will be hopefully completed at the end of next summer. North American summer, and final draft to be done in the end by the end of next year. And then right now we only have funding to support the publication in English. So again, we know that English is not it's a common language, but also it will be really useful if it can be translated in multiple languages, at least the IUCN official languages, but could be more, depending on, again, how much funding we can receive, then we can hire a professional translator to do that. And because I only know one or two languages, but Jim knows some more, but we don't know everything in terms of the world languages. So we need help if we want to make this more accessible to particular area managers worldwide. So the final product will be released and launched at the World Parks Congress. So I'm not going to talk about this in detail, but I'm going to maybe we can now circulate the outlines as a handout. You can start going through it. It's not very long. It's a 3-page with some dense text. But there are 10 chapters, main chapters of this book. And then each chapter we have some bullet points of what we would like to improve, but this is not set in stone yet. We would like to hear input, and this could be adjusted, could be changed. We could add 1 more chapter, 2 more chapters, hopefully not 20, not double the amount of chapters, but we will consider adding chapters or reorganizing some of these chapters to address the most critical needs for the managers. And again, this is just an example, and this is the first chapter, and then we have 10 chapters, and then followed by a list of references, a bibliography, and also with some links to websites and web resources, online resources, apps, social media, whatever kind of tools that are useful for particular area managers to deal with sustainable tourism, to manage sustainable tourism better. So we will include all the resources. So if you know of some resources or particular mobile app that is really useful, then we would like to hear everything about that. So right now I think we have some time to open up for the group discussion. And so I think maybe before we start, I can maybe I can entertain a few questions, and then we can start the process. The general process is pretty simple. We would like to have you form some groups of 5 to 6. So it's not too large, but not too small. Then we can then have a discussion among within your group about these the topics that you're seeing right now on the handout, and see what is missing, or what should be moved what should be promoted to a higher level, what should be demoted to a lower level, things like that. And whether you have good examples that you know, and then you can and please share with your group. And also we will provide some paper that you can actually write down those the ideas and your comments, and also the examples that you can find. You don't need to give me give us the URL, the detailed URLs yet, but we will ask you later if you do have a source, information source. And then after that, we will spend about 10 minutes ranking. If you come up with 10 issues that you want to be included in these guidelines, and we want you to prioritize them from 1 to 10. 1 being the most critical. 10 is important, but not as critical as the number 1 or number 2 or number 3. Then after that, we would just ask each group, or depending on the time, with some of the groups, and you can share with us what issue you have identified, and what are the top issues that you prioritize. So that's the general kind of a very simple group process that we would like to run in the next about 15 minutes, if we have enough time. So before we do this, do you have any general question about the guidelines and the revision? Any question about the process? And yes, Jasmine.
Hi, this is Jackson, Dangang University in Taiwan, also a member of CEC. I have a question on the format or the style of the chapters. For example, yesterday, Dr. Edward Muller from Costa Rica mentioned about the global partnership on capacity building. Their curriculum will be more or less competency or module based, so that they will be ready to be implemented on a workshop or training setting. I wonder if the format is going to be more academic chapter descriptions, or toward the ready-to-use training style.
What we are trying to do is not to produce an academic document, which we are trying to do, but we would work with. We'll invite reviewers from the area management, and to actually see our drafts, and we would like to use make the best efforts to make this a kind of readable and well organized, concise document for managers. So it's not like a lot academic document with a lot of citations, but we do want to include a lot of resources that managers can jump off from the book. Like if they see a public partnership, we may only have a paragraph describing that case, but then we will have a website. We have the even kind of content information at the end of the book as appendix. So it's a resource guide basically. It's a guidelines plus a resource kind of menu for managers. Any other? Yes.
Thank you. Someone I work with the Greater Brunga Transnational Corporation that is in Rwanda, DR Congo, and Uganda. Mm-hmm. Two things. From what you've just said, and having experience working as a protected area manager, I think it's important, as you said, that the guidelines are concise, they are simple to use, because they are guidelines for use. And therefore, I agree with you that you need to make it simple and concise. Mm-hmm. The managers rarely have the time to sit and read and, understand technical things. They need to be simple. Mm-hmm. The second aspect, looking through this table that will guide in the preparation of the guidelines, I don't seem to see exactly something that relates to how their communities, who are key stakeholders in this, will properly benefit in the tourism that will be going on in their area. I think there is some guidance that needs to be given, some outline on how the communities can benefit better.
Exactly. Thank you for your comment, and that's exactly what we want to hear. To what we some of these the issues that we may have overlooked or we didn't emphasize enough. And please do add that sort of community benefits. That how we need to perhaps provide a set of examples to showcase and to share with the managers in other countries. So that's a critical part of the success of tourism. That's what we've been talking about, and so we need to have some real example on the ground, field example to show that this can be done, and these are the parameters and why it was successful. So the managers from other places can evaluate whether they have this same set of parameters to make it successful in their own place. If not, then maybe who they should work with to make those parameters or those conditions are favorable for that to happen. So we're not going to provide. We may not have, but the length of we have the space constraint to talk about every single thing, but we should start with these examples, and the managers would also through the manual, and then we in a chapter that we talk about management strategies and try to instill or promote the thinking of strategic thinking, and see how do they assess the current condition, and see what they can work with the partners to change the condition so that some of these benefits can be realized. And so thank you for your comments. And for your first comment, we do want to keep the book within 200 pages, so that's a huge challenge. So right now, you see that the triple size of that from the first edition. So we're trying to keep it as much longer than the second edition, but without changing the font size to like 7 or 6. That you need to use your magnifying glass lens to see it. So that's a kind of a huge task for us in the next 1 year and a half. Okay. So maybe why don't we start with the discussion right now? And Robin, have you passed the?
They've got the sheets. So
okay.
So if they go into their groups.
Okay, good. Thank you. So maybe we can start now, and if you could help us and also form your groups and start some discussion about tourism in particular areas and what you think are important, and then if you can refer back to the guidelines and the outline and see where should that issue or topic should be added, and then you can also comment on the structure, the overall structure of the outline. Thank you. So we'll be around, and if you have any questions, we'll come to you like immediately.
Yeah, so if people can sort of just, there's a space at the back that can just sort of move the chairs around, and the volunteers in the room will help you if you need to just form a bit of a small group circle. And we've got some paper to help you take some group notes.
You need a pen?
We've got
Okay.
a large piece of paper. If someone's willing to be scribe and rapporteur, that'd be great. Thank you, Rosemary.
I guess the tourism is introducing benefits of conservation.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
This is the time I want to do. Really? I've been here, not inside again.
Oh, so you're doing, the concept of the listing. So the contents of all the things, it covers almost everything. So I don't know how.
It's almost everything. So we are working together. So So I'm taking the lead, but then I feel. And then a lot of people use why affiliation have a review.
I think I have same email address and then
Yeah, me too, I think. So we have to move.
right.
So you can stay for the whole year?
No, I have a class on Monday, so I will be here tomorrow. So I have the knowledge cafe tomorrow.
Oh yeah. Where? 11. Oh, I'll find it. Maybe I can search your name. So you're the contact person for that?
No, I'm the discussion panel. So
Oh, okay. I see.
piece of value of mission.
We probably need to have one person as facilitator and another person with very fluid letters.
David University. I was not expecting to do these things, but.
So you have one less of your